Yo, Shalom and Shalom Israel, G Militia. Just got through watching the feature, the Black Panther, man. Just want to drop a few quick jewels on y'all, my review. Wasn't really gonna do it since everybody was doing it, but man, yo, the movie's dope. Okay, the movie's dope. I agree with Black Child when he was like, I think that the CGI could have been better, but it's still pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's dope. But I just want to throw a couple, you know what I'm saying, a couple things in your ear, let y'all, you know what I'm saying, marinate on it. Just think about this, you know what I'm saying? This film, even though they had a black, like, producer, the people that's running the show is Jewish guys. These two Jewish dudes, you know what I'm saying? Plus it's Disney, which we know is occultic. It's Freemasonic, and a lot of the things in the movie, like the rituals where they was burying the brothers and saying, y'all don't, a lot of people don't understand the masses, that's a Freemasonic ritual. Okay, that's how the Freemasons put you to death, figuratively, to baptize you into the fold of the Freemason Brotherhood. That's number one. Number two is, you know, Wakanda's Israel. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda.
And raise it upon the 5 points of fellowship. Brother Smith, you have now been raised to the sublime degree of Master Mason. And the word which I have just communicated is the grand Masonic word, which you promised in your obligation never to communicate except in the way and manner in which
Israel. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda's Israel. And, you know, just for the Gentiles out there, especially the Christians that want to hate on the movie, you got to understand that, man, you got to get in that Bible, man, because salvation is of the Jews, and it's not talking about Jewish. You know, the Khazarian converts that converted under King Bulan in 740. That's all talking about the Israelites, the ones of Deuteronomy 28, the ones of Luke 21, 24. You know what I'm saying?
You arrive in America, land of opportunity, milk and honey, and guess what? You all get to be slaves, split up, sold off, and worked to death. The lucky ones get Sunday off to sleep, but they make most slaves and all for what? For cotton, indigo, for a fucking purple shirt.
The ones of Luke 21, 24. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones of Revelation 2 and 9 and Revelation 3 and 9. It's the difference. Okay, these are talking about the people that's been scattered to the four corners of the earth. And that this is the salvation is of the Jews, the Israelites. That's John 4 and 22. So I want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda's Israel. Like, we built all nations, all kingdoms. We have our foothold there. Even if you want to say, oh, blacks, you know, they should go back to their country, leave America. We're taking our inventions with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna throw up a couple inventions of blacks. It's thousands. Just all you gotta do is Google it. And this is why we were slaves. So imagine what we was doing while we was kings. Okay, Wakanda's Israel. Okay, and on the end of that, man, black people, man, research your history. If you can get that crunk about a movie that's fictional, understand, yes, it is fictional, but it's based on a lot of true facts. And this is not speaking to you Israelites, you know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, what they were showing, praying to ancestors, praying to goddess worship, all this nature worship that was subliminally in the film, is that's where we went off. We went astray from the Father. We went astray from our Hebrew heritage, our Hebrew roots. We was enslaved to the four corners. We lost all of that, but now we waking up and coming back to it. But you got to come back to it. That's what that was based off of. You know what I'm saying? The loss of heritage. And Africa was colonized. It's still Hebrews in Africa. Everybody in Africa is not a Hamite. Hamite is a bloodline African. That's Egyptian, Put, that's Ethiopia, and that's Canaan. Those are full bloodline African families. The only bloodline African families. All the rest of the people in Africa is Israelites, y'all. So That's just for my brothers and sisters. Please research what happened in Africa. There was kings selling us out for hundreds of years. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of us got taken away for hundreds of years. This wasn't anything that they could have done unless they had the lead. The European could have did without having help. There's no way it could have happened ever. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I want. So I talked about Wakanda being Israel. I talked about. Okay, now these Jewish people that run everything, run the entire world, they could have picked any people that they could say that they wanted to be. Thing about it is you got a lot of Trump supporters saying that they want a White History Month. By all means, we should have a White History Month. Why would you say that, G? Why would you say that? You know, ain't about Black history, no doubt. Our history is history. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is a lot of people attribute things that we've done and things that we have made in this earth to other nations. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that other nations have done erroneously, we attribute to ourselves, like praying to ancestors. That was where we went off. You know what I'm saying? But these people decided to be converts to Hebrews. So we just got to get back to that and really look into these things. If you like to see our people, natural, our people, kings and queens, you don't have to go watch Black Panther. What you ought to do is just go open up encyclopedia. King David, yes.
I am your wife, my lord. Without your affection, I wither and die. How long am I to be denied your attentions? How long must I endure your abstinence from pleasure?
Until Allah's divine guidance leads me to the treasures of Islam. That bell is made of pure gold, stolen by the Christian armies when they plundered and raped their way across our cities. To the dishonor and humiliation of our ancestors. It was no fairy tale.
Hello? Oh, my God. A blackamoor. I've only seen your kind in paintings. And goodbye.
On Moors and Saracens, were it not for their ungodly ways, Master Robin would never have left. What manner of name is Hazim? Irish? Cornish?
Moorish.
Gave him the navigational instruments and the navigational knowledge to know where that stuff was first. But truthfully, the reason why the Portuguese started the slave trade, it made all the sense in the world because they were the first ones to know that stuff was over there. And Christopher Columbus, as we know of, Christopher Columbus was one of the first actual slavers to go up and down that coast. So it stands to reason. But actually he was lost.
Exactly.
He was lost, and he had Moorish captains. So he didn't know where he was or if he was even going to be able to refine.
But yeah, though, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. All we gotta do is get back into our history. We don't. I mean, not to say that fantasy isn't, something that we into. I know a lot of us play video games. I'm not against any of that. I'm not against any of the Marvel comic readers, the DC comic readers. But what I'm telling you is this: that that part of that history is absolutely true. We the kings and queens of the world. You know what I'm saying? We just, got enslaved because we went astray from the natural order of things, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Till we get back to that, nothing's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people is gonna fall to the wayside. Now I'm gonna say this too. Avatar is kind of the same thing that it was showing in Black Panther. The same thing. Why do I say that? Because in Avatar, the indigenous population had it all. They had the resource, they had everything, but the technology of the conquering nation was able to take them down. Same thing with Wakanda, except Wakanda had their technology still intact. There's nowhere in the earth still intact. Everything's taken over by Esau, everything. You know what I'm saying? The whole flee Babylon thing is because Babylon is an area that's subject to destruction. I mean, to the point where it's like it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be done. Like I say, even if you decide to stay, it's gonna be a day when you ain't gonna have no choice but to leave, because it's gonna be done here. You know what I'm saying? That's not even what I say. That's what the scripts say. That's what the Navy has said. The DOD. They've released these photos of America split in 3 parts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, war is imminent. So that's the whole thing. And like going back to what I was saying about the the indigenous people of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Is that Wakanda's the same thing as the avatars. Now, most of the conquering nation wanted to kill, enslave, get the technology. We get that, right? We get that. But you see that in each of these movies, there's like one or two of the conquering nation, the white people, Esau, Idumeans, the Romans, that was willing to adhere to the customs and tradition of the Aboriginal people that had the technology that can save them. That goes back to whose salvation is of us. So you can't just say, oh, well, I'm going to just follow Christ, I'm going to just follow the Bible, I'm going to just do X, Y, Z, and not worry about who the children of Israel are. Because if you read the book of Zechariah, if you read the book of Revelation, these are the people that's going to be saved. And if you're not linked, even Isaiah chapter 60, I can give you plenty precepts on this. If you're not linked in with these people at that time and clinging, I'm talking about that back to you Gentiles, you're not clinging to us Israel, it's going to be cut off. Now back to you Israelites, just because you special and you born and you melanated and you blessed, you got the blood of a king, that don't mean you're going to make it either. It go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You got to accept the Messiah, man. He showed us the way. So it's just the whole thing, man. Y'all go out, y'all check the movie out, but, you know, that's just fantasy, man. Get back into reality, man. Shout out to you, militia. If I get in here and give me some chicken, man. Hey, shalom to you.
The church created the doctrine by the rapture. Ain't understood these broadcasters hate to tell you lies. And this is why the revolution won't be televised. I can recognize that the body must be edified. Nationwide included in them streets like the center line. Them Edomites wanna hit us up for 25. The same ones who finance the legs idolize. They plan on committing a mass genocide. So DHS and FEMA's can box us like 97.9. Yes, you can say we prophecy fulfilling. In the words of Yeshaya, I'm about my father's business. You understand?
Got to be the first Mac 2, 21, 22. How you believe we should forsake the laws and the ordinance. We will not hearken unto the king's word to go from our religion. Be on the right hand or the left.
Yahweh, I stand out.